Welcome back to Butterfly Effect Tarot. My name is Lorraine, and today's reading is going to be regarding the week ahead. One of the subscribers made this request, I think a week or two ago, and I thank you for that. It was a great suggestion. So I am planning to upload these weekly, usually on a Saturday or a Sunday, depending. It will cover from Sunday to Saturday of each week. And essentially, we'll just go into maybe the different energies or elements or things that may be happening or coming up for you within the week ahead throughout that stretch, Sunday to Saturday. So, of course, there are going to be three groups, and the timestamps for each will be in the description box in the comment section as always. If the readings and messages resonate, please feel free to like and subscribe, and you can let me know in the comments if you choose. To all of my subscribers and returning viewers, I greatly appreciate you. I thank you. To newer viewers, welcome. And if interested after this video, you may return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into each one of your messages. I about one. So this is just an extra message, kind of a side note, because I don't think I mentioned it in the reading, although I might have. But in case I didn't, your reading I've already done, of course, and I just wanted to note that it gave a lot of energy of ease coming in, kind of you falling into a flow or things kind of falling together. I think I mentioned in the reading that there was maybe a routine, a new routine you would be kind of falling into or creating so that it could help you better serve yourself when it comes to creating what you want, when it comes to work, when it comes to your responsibilities, or something that would serve as creating more abundance in your life in some way or more growth and success in certain areas. But I just wanted to make that quick note because ease seems to be the theme of the reading today for all the groups. However, it did show up and manifest in different ways. And for your group, it had more to do with your energy and how you are able to utilize it, or you having a lot on your plate. So some of you could have too much on your plate right now, and it's maybe been causing you to be stagnant, not being able to make a decision, not being able to think clearly, not being able to pursue what you want, or there are multiple paths that you want to choose and you're struggling to choose one because your energy is so preoccupied with other things. It could be work, it could be family, it could be a number of things that it's been hard for you to choose where to put your energy, what needs more energy, or how to balance that. And it feels like you may be coming into flow or finding some way to create more flow and balance and ease in your life so that you are able to focus more on the things that you want to give your passion to and watch them grow. And that is a lot of energy that you are carrying. And it is being maybe misdirected, or you're having a hard time directing it the way you want. So I did want to make that quick message because I'm not sure if I mentioned it. I could have, but in case I didn't, I always want to make sure I'm giving every single message that seemingly comes through in the reading. But other than that, you had a pretty great reading, and I do hope that you enjoy what came through for you. And now your reading will start. Welcome to your reading, pile one, regarding what's happening within your life, or what can you expect to be happening within your life within this week ahead, beginning Monday, March 25th, 2025 to Saturday, March 31st, 2025. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We'll look into the 5 cards that came through, and then we'll get into the reading. So the first card out is the Two of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Wands. And then we have the Two of Swords, followed by the Eight of Swords. And then the final card out is the Magician. Bottom of the deck energy is the Wheel of Fortune. So some pretty good energy coming through. There are 3 clarifying cards as well that I pulled from a separate tarot deck. And those 3 cards are as follows. It's the Emperor, followed by the Hermit. And then we have the Nine of Cups as the final clarifying card. Bottom of the deck energy for the clarifiers is the Hierophant. So really quickly, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy, the messages should apply no matter what. So for the week ahead, I'm seeing quite a few different elements and energies coming through. First and foremost, there could be some ease coming in for a lot of you. This ease could be within your finances. It could be within your routine. There could also be ease related to maybe something creative that you have wanted to start or that you've been working on. But I am seeing a lot of focus on the self here with the Queen of Wands out here. And then we have the Magician. We have the Hermit. We have the Nine of Cups, which is the self. I see there's a lot of focus on you really toning in and tapping into what your heart desires and taking bold action to start. Because with the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords coming out, they come out between the Queen of Wands and the Magician. Queen of Wands and the Magician both represent creativity. They also represent this bold, fearless, confident energy about pursuing your dreams and goals and manifesting the life that you desire. But I feel like maybe for some of you, you've been in a hermit mode recently or you're in one now. There could have been things that you've been wanting to pursue, but maybe there was too much going on in your life, or there's been too much going on in your life. You could have been suffering with some fears or some stagnation, or maybe you have been pursuing things that you wanted, but maybe it's been moving slow. It's like maybe felt like a stagnancy in things actually coming to fruition for you. But it's seeming like there's going to be a turning point within this week ahead, because with the Wheel of Fortune, this is like sudden things happening. Somebody suddenly comes in and they have some sort of positive energy or information or offer that changes things for you. This could be something suddenly happening in your finances, because as I stated with the Two of Pentacles, this is having to manage and balance out resources and time management. So there may be maybe some sort of windfall or profit or something that comes in that may be able to give you the opportunity to focus more in your creative energy and focus more on putting your actions and your inner energy and passion into something that you really want. Now, some of you could be working a 9 to 5 or working in a corporate job, but there is something creative that you desire. There's a company or a career or a passion project that you really want to put your focus on, or that you want to focus more on. And with this Two of Pentacles, maybe you've been struggling with trying to balance out your responsibility. There may be people that rely on you, or you need the money so you can't miss out on too many hours at work. But there's been just something here that's keeping you stuck. There's something that's been keeping you feeling like there's no movement. Maybe there's some fear and doubts around failure of whatever this is. Maybe there's a concern that if you put your energy into building up something new and kind of take it off of maybe work, for example, then it could cause some financial issues, right? But you're breaking free this week with the Queen of Wands. This is a free spirited energy. The Emperor, the Magician also represents a free spirited energy, and the Emperor is somebody who is in charge. This is a boss. This is a leader. This is somebody who has control over every aspect of their life, and they're in their power. You have 3 cards out here of being in your power. This Emperor energy and the clarifiers could also, for some of you, be whoever is coming in with this Wheel of Fortune. Like, this could be somebody that has power and authority to make decisions or to bring in something that may change your life, like an opportunity. And that's who that Emperor energy could be. For others of you, the Emperor energy could be this could be your energy, or this could be somebody coming in from a romantic perspective, simply because with the clarifiers, it goes from the Emperor coming in towards the Hermit, and the Hermit energy is feeling more like your energy, somebody very detached, very closed off, maybe in your head, really trying to soul search, really trying to figure things out, really working on yourself spiritually. And then it goes into the Nine of Cups, where now there's emotional fulfillment, there's happiness and wish fulfillment in every area of your life. So that's why I said this could be romantic, but for most of you, I feel like this Emperor is either the energy you're stepping into, doesn't matter your gender. This is you stepping into your power. This is you becoming a leader. This is you maybe heading a business that you've been wanting to start. This could be you getting potentially a promotion in something that you do that is creative, that you really love. And for others of you, as I stated, this Emperor may come in with an opportunity that will shift your life, because you go from the Hermit energy of kind of maybe being a little bit down and out, really kind of closed off, not really going out much, not really putting energy into anything other than really introspection and working on the self. But then you go into this Nine of Cups, where there's happiness and joy. You may have people around you that are more supportive, or this is just you being in this energy of confidence and self-love, and really having fulfillment in your finances, in your work, in your career. It's saying that through some sort of inner work that you've done, it's bringing out external positive results for you. Hierophant at the bottom, you have the Hermit, where you're seeking spiritual guidance and spiritual mastery. And personal mastery. And when you have the Hierophant, this is somebody who has mastered the self. They have mastered this more spiritual type of energy and operation. So I feel like you are maybe closing out a chapter of a spiritual journey or a dark night of the soul. You may be doing some sort of finalizing some sort of healing energy that you've really been focused on. This could also be you in this hermit mode working through this Two of Swords and Eight of Swords energy of wanting to break free from limiting beliefs, wanting to break free from trying to control the outcome and how things will work, maybe breaking free from a lot of fears and doubts, and finally making a decision. because there's some sort of difficult decision or two different paths or two different things that have been pulling on your energy. For some of you, this could be people. There could be people relying on you too heavily. And with that Two of Pentacles, it's kind of keeping you having to juggle more than you are able to, and it's been keeping you stuck. Or this could also be the energy of maybe people who have some sort of conflict. Maybe there are people that are creating obstacles. It's very possible simply because the Seven of Wands and Five of Wands showed itself. And that kind of gives me the energy of some you having maybe a lot of heavy energies around you, people who may not agree with what you're doing, or people who just have nothing better to do than to bother you, right? Like this is just an example for some of you. But within this week, you're either coming into or the stage is being set for you to come into this prosperous energy. There's a lot of focus on the self. I feel like your confidence will be at an all-time high this week. I feel like you're coming into this bold, sexy, attractive, courageous energy. You could be focusing on your physical health a lot this week, maybe changing up routines. With that Two of Pentacles energy, this gives me the implication, as I mentioned, of time management. So you may be implementing some routines that allow you to focus on work or your responsibilities. It allows you to focus on your creative endeavors or programs and such that you want to start. And it could also be you focusing on your physical health, focusing on your mental health. But there's definitely a need here for some sort of harmony and balance. And I think you've been trying to go between an ebb and flow of trying to find that center. And you found it very difficult. With the Eight of Swords, you maybe have been not really seeing how this can work, but I don't feel like there's a lot of doubts that are prevalent. Some of you have already moved out of this stagnant energy. Others of you, something's happening this week that is gonna transform your life. It's going to transform you in a way. I feel like there's maybe creative blockages for some of you, and now you're kind of moving out of that. Like those creative blockages are going away, and now you're going to see clearly. With this Magician, you're going to see a clear vision of what you desire and how to pursue it. And I feel like you will be taking inspired action, because the Magician takes inspired action to create the life and the vision that they have for themselves. And the Queen of Wands boldly, fearlessly, and energetically, passionately pursues what her heart desires. And it doesn't matter if there's any doubts that are or any obstacles that comes ahead of her. She's ready to plow through those because she's driven to, again, with the Magician, create what she desires. So there could be a revamp in your energy. If some of you have been low on energy, mentally, emotionally, physically, you've been, like, again, with this hermit mode, uninterested in really doing anything, or it really finding that things feel hopeless, or that no matter what you do, there's no movement, there's no progress, there's no clarity. This week, I feel like all of that is changing for you. Or there's something coming in that's going to set the stage for this to transform. But I'm definitely feeling this very confident and intense, passionate kind of vigor that seems to be coming in this week for this group. There's a lot of cards out here being confident and powerful, having authority, chasing your dreams and goals, creating what you want, a project, a business, more finances, whatever this creative endeavor is. It could be something that you are implementing as a means to increase your finances. So this could be like a side hustle, a side business, or just something that you love to do. I feel like for this group, you're kind of in this energy, you have been, where you want to wake up excited about life again, excited about work, excited about the day, excited about what is to come. So I feel like you are being offered, or rather moving over into this energy where you're going to wake up excited again. You're going to wake up productive. You're going to have this overwhelming sense of energy and productivity. There's not going to be any fears. There's not going to be you being stuck in your head. And even for some of you, where there is a bit of a two swords, where you are constantly going back and forth, weighing the pros and cons, with all this power energy, you're going to be overcoming it and breaking out of that headspace a lot quicker, and a lot more certainly than before. There's going to be more certainty here. There could even be spiritual intervention, with the Wheel of Fortune being something sudden that comes out of nowhere, that's fated and destined. And then with the Hierophant and the Hermit out here with the spiritual energy, there could be some sort of a spiritual insight or epiphany moment that comes in that really helps you to change things up, that guides you towards something better. Or, as I stated, there's a spiritual guru with the Hierophant, or there's some sort of boss leader, or somebody that has a lot of power and authority that may come in and offer you something. They may see potential in you. They may see this true spiritual boss and leader energy that you yourself operate in. And they may see you as somebody that can serve a great purpose in their own company or with whatever, business or structure they have. This could even be somebody that is maybe a father figure or somebody that's very wise. With the emperor and the hierophant, this is like people with a lot of wisdom, people that you tend to seek out for advice. So for some of you, this could be a spiritual leader, or this could be just somebody that you know that you go to, and they may also help give some insight, or they may offer you something with this wheel of fortune, financially or energetically, or a number, just something they can give you that you can use, and it'll lead to benefiting you greatly. Otherwise, this is your energy, self mastery, from the hierophant, from the hermit to the hierophant, and kind of taking control of your life. And there's just a lot of energy here of you wanting to be bold again. Some of you, this may not even be a creative endeavor. This could be you just wanting to live life. This could just be you wanting to step out more. This could just be you wanting to travel and create new memories. You wanting to come out of your shell. For this week, I feel like there's going to be a strong urge to step out, to go out more, to focus more on joy, to focus more on happiness, to focus more on what pleases you. Because the Nine of Cups is about pleasure, it's about satisfaction, it's about happiness and inner peace, self love, confidence. It's about having contentment in every area of life. There are no concerns. You're in this kind of, again, carefree energy. Also, Queen of Wands, free spirited energy. So I feel like there's been a desire to enjoy life and live again in a way where you are bold in how you live. You are courageous in how you live. You are excited about what you do and how you get to that point. So I think there's less focus now on the end goal and how things are going to turn out, and more focus on just enjoying the journey, whatever that journey may be for you. If it's living life more and in living your best life, you're coming into that energy this week, or something's coming in that's going to move you into that energy. If it's about starting something new or putting more energy into something you've already started, with that Two of Pentacles, you're going to find some sort of balance between your responsibilities, your personal self goals, and what you desire, and your spiritual self. And you're going to have an immense amount of energy to kind of structure things in your life in a way that works out for you, that leads you to building and creating the life that you want for yourself. So if that resonated on any level, please feel free to let me know in the comments if you choose. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you choose. And if interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you. Welcome to your reading pile 2 regarding what's in store for you within this upcoming week, beginning Sunday, May 25th, 2025 to Saturday, May 31st, 2025. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We'll go ahead and look into the 5 cards that came through, and then we will get into the reading. So the first card out is the Seven of Swords, followed by the Star. And then we have the Knight of Wands, followed by the Seven of Pentacles. And then we have out here the World card. Bottom of the deck energy is the Queen of Pentacles. I also pulled 3 clarifying cards from a separate tarot deck. And those 3 cards is the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Moon. And then it's finalized with the Chariot. Bottom of the deck energy is the Nine of Swords. So really quickly, it does not matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy, the messages should apply no matter what. So for this group, I am getting a very strong energy where there is some sort of ease coming in for you this week, some sort of flow. There is some sort of confidence and boost in how you approach your dreams and goals. I feel like for some of you, there is a energy of renewal with this Star card. Your hope and faith are going through a positive transformation. Your optimism, the way that you pursue things, there could be some sort of divine intervention, divine help coming in out of nowhere with this Star card. But there's definitely a strong energy of seeing the outcome of your situation in a more positive light, and having more of a vigor or even strategy that you may come up with, that'll lead you to your financial abundance and success much faster. Because the Seven of Pentacles out here is about having to patiently wait, right? Working hard, putting in all this work and effort, maybe feeling like it hasn't paid off. And essentially, for some of you, the reason that you may have found a stagnancy in career or finance is because with the Seven of Swords out here and the Moon energy and the clarifiers, somebody stole from you, somebody sabotaged you. With the Three of Pentacles, this could have been somebody that you were working with, like a coworker, a business partner, or there was someone here that I feel like for some of you kind of threw you off, or they did something that was unethical or unfair, and it kind of held you back a little bit. It stagnated your growth a little bit, or it made some of you feel like you had to start over, and there was maybe some fear and anxiety and doubts about whether or not you'd be able to recover, or about whether or not the work and time and energy you put in would ever pay off. And I'm here to tell you, based on these cards, it will, and you're going to maybe see that start to unfold at some point throughout this upcoming week, because the world card comes out at the end. And that's an energy of completing a very difficult cycle and arriving to this place of joy and pleasure and happiness, and realizing that you've achieved a certain level of success, or that you're farther along than you thought. And then there is some sort of strategy I feel like will come in, or some sort of insight or epiphany moment, or again, with the star card, some sort of help may come in that may give you clarity about how to get to your financial abundance or the end goal that you have much quicker. Now, for some of you with that Seven of Swords energy, that could be the energy that you may be in, but more in a positive way, where you're more calculated and clever and strategic about how you approach moving into this Knight of Wands energy, where you're more fearless, you're more bold and driven, and now you kind of see how to get to where you want to go much sooner, and there's faith and optimism that you will actually get there. And it's also an energy of patience that is going to prevail, because I feel for some of you, you've been experiencing some frustrations when it comes to career, when it comes to finance, maybe even within your work environment or living situation. There could be people around you that have been deceiving you, or have been or acting as a distraction, or as some sort of a stagnant source of energy. But that you're breaking free of that. And if somebody did steal from you, sabotage you, or harm you or your career in any way, with this star card, that acts as a balancing effect, and it acts as a restoration. So there will be some sort of restoring of what was taken or lost here, and that energy will then now experience, more than likely, the Seven of Swords deceptive energy that they put out. Now, for those of you where you are or were in this mode and Nine of Swords energy, where you've been dealing with anxiety, you've been dealing with frustration, sleepless nights, concerns about how things are going to turn out, maybe at a point of feeling hopeless or giving up. With the Chariot energy out here, as I stated, you're getting ready to take control. There's this energy of willpower and determination to win and to succeed. So you're finding yourself starting on a new journey, maybe within the same career field or within whatever you're doing now, or you may, for some of you, be shifting directions. But either way, there's a lot of cards out here about victory, about success, and about taking action and movement. The Knight of Wands and the Chariot, and also the World card, gives me that same energy of movement. So some of you may be traveling for work, some of you may be relocating, or again, for some of you, this could just be a shift in direction as to how you'll get to your goal. But I feel like wherever you're shifting, I feel like it's going to get you there much quicker, because the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving energy in the deck, and the Chariot energy is very swift movement as well. And the Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom. This is somebody who is financially abundant. They're successful. They're a business owner, or they're at the head of their company, or in some sort of a manager or leadership role, and they're paid very well, or they're making quite a bit of money. Some of you could be parents. You could have a lot of responsibilities, a lot on your plate. And with that being said, or you could have people that rely on you. And with that being said, you're moving into an energy where you will be able to take care of yourself and others without this Nine of Swords worry and anxiety, without worrying about how things are going to work out. That ease that's coming in as you relax, as you move into this star energy of this calm and this kind of peace, as you're living more in the moment with this kind of Seven of Pentacles energy, really reflecting over how far you've come, acknowledging just how valuable you are, and how much value you have already built up, and how much more success you deserve and that you're determined to get. It's going to propel you. And I feel like you're going to be able to enjoy the finer things in life once you're in this Queen of Pentacles energy. It doesn't matter your gender. I feel like you're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You're going to maybe have more time on your hands. You're going to be able to relax, because the Queen of Pentacles loves to be at home in this peaceful, harmonious, beautiful environment that she's created, and kind of just relish in the success, relish in her hard work and how it's paid off. So you are moving into an energy of comfort, right? But there is a need to be focused, diligent, and still exercise a certain level of patience. And I know that's easier said than done, especially for those of you where you have been deceived and somebody has thrown you off course and it was unfair. But the star card, I feel like deservingly so, if there's going to be a renewal, there's going to be a balancing. You're going to maybe get back what was taken, because that's spiritual energy coming in here. And the world card is also about stepping into your life purpose, right? Having this clarity and realizing where you're headed and how to get there, and knowing that it's the desired life you want. Because with the world card, it's spiritual and material abundance, and it's an energy of stepping into something that is so ultimately fulfilling that you're inspired and happy in every area of your life. So I do feel like you may be stepping more into your life purpose, especially with that star card. There's some sort of insight that may come in. There could be help from an external source, right? Because the star card is about help. But this could also just be an energy of you finding more help within the situation you've experienced. So it's kind of like when we go through a bad experience. Sometimes when we go into a reflective state, like with that Seven of Pentacles, we kind of see the blessing in the situation, or there's something about the situation that we can often use as fuel. And I do see a lot of you using it as fuel, almost as if you're using that frustration and anger over this situation to empower you with that Chariot card and that Knight of Wands. And this actually acts as something that pushes you further and much quicker to success. Whereas before, it's may have stagnated you. Now you're finding a way to shift it. And if there is a Seven of Swords energy that has deceived you or a group of people, you are protected with this star card from those energies. I feel a very strong energy of you being protected, and whatever was taken or lost or sabotage also being protected after it has been restored, so that these people cannot create any more negative conflict in your life. And they will get what they got coming, because that's how karma works. Okay, so I am thrilled that things are coming up for you, because it does look like you've been kind of down and out within the recent past or right now. And that hopeless energy, it makes sense. I get it. With the way the story is unfolding for some of you, I get it, especially when you've been honest and fair and harmonious, and you've come from a pure place, and you've tried to help, or you thought that you were working with people that would benefit you and you'd benefit them, only to find out that they were selfish and they were in it to throw you off, or to kind of take more than they've given and leave you with nothing, or leave you with crumbs, when you may have been the person doing most of the heavy lifting or making most of the sacrifices for some of you. But as they say, all is well ends well. Things are going to end well for you based on these cards. You are going to find that success. You are going to have that victory. You are going to have that financial stability based on what we have coming out for your reading. And if that doesn't come through within this week, there's some stage being set this week to where it will unfold in such a way. But you may be getting a spark of inspiration and a boost of energy. I feel like you're going to be very productive this week, very productive. And whatever you're doing, whatever you're pursuing, there's going to be a lot of productivity. You may even find a way to enhance your finances as maybe a kind of side hustle thing, or like some sort of external situation where you may be able to enhance your finances while you continue to pursue your dreams and goals. For some of you, it really just depends on your situation. But either way, I am wishing you all the best, and I am going to leave the reading there. And if it did resonate on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you. Welcome to your reading pile 3 regarding what can you expect to be happening for you or within your life throughout this upcoming week, beginning Sunday, May 25th, 2025 to Saturday, May 31st, 2025. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We'll look into the cards that came through, and then we'll get into your reading. So the first card out is the Four of Swords, followed by the Eight of Cups. And then we have the Four of Cups, followed by the World card. And then the final card out is the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck energy is the Page of Cups. I did also pull 3 clarifiers from a separate tarot deck. And those cards are as follows: the Tower, followed by the Star card, and ending with the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck energy is the Nine of Wands. So for this group, obviously, very quickly, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine, the messages should apply no matter what. But for this group, there seems to be ease. Now, ease has kind of been a consistent theme throughout all the groups, but it's showing up in different ways. So for this group, for some of you, I'm going to make a quick message here. There could be a new romantic offer or a message of somebody having feelings for you or wanting to explore their romantic emotions with you for some of you. For others of you, if you are in a connection already, there could be some sort of a renewal within that connection where if it was going through a difficult journey, or it's one that you've been contemplating walking away from, that may have a positive revamp. Others of you drawn to this because I feel for most of you this is new. I feel like there's new love on the horizon no matter what, but I feel like you're going through an energy of finality within completing a difficult cycle as a result of previous connections that you have kind of had disappointment in. Because with the Eight of Cups coming out, that's an energy of walking away from things that are unfulfilling, things that do not serve us, things that have emotionally drained us. It's an energy of feeling like someone has abandoned you, or you've had to abandon something else, a connection or people, because they may have taken advantage of you. They could have been emotionally draining. It could be a number of things, but then it's coming out with the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is where you are in a little bit of an energy of resentment or bitterness, sadness, distrust in love, distrust in others, and you're kind of withdrawn. So even if somebody is offering you a cup, because in the Four of Cups, there's a cup being offered from the sky, but the person is not interested in that new cup because they're looking at the cups on the ground, the previous eight cups that hurt them, and they don't want to take the risk of being hurt again. But then the world card comes out, and that's ending a difficult journey and coming into this energy of feeling extreme pleasure and bliss, happiness and success, and now desiring to create for yourself and for your own life what you want. And then what comes out after that is the Ace of Cups. So the new beginning and new journey in love, I feel like is on the horizon. Some of you, it may come in this week. But I feel like if this offer had come in before, where you were still operating in this Four of Cups energy, even if it was the right person, you would have rejected it. Even if it was a great offer, you would have sabotaged it, or you could have been operating from a more negative aspect of this Nine of Wands in a very fiery and kind of mean way, right? Like maybe you could have taken out what someone else has done on somebody new and they may not have deserved that. But I feel like you are coming into the star energy where you're feeling more of a renewal. There's more faith, calm, hope, and optimism in what's ahead. Okay, so for those of you that are jaded still, because some of you could have already moved out of this energy, but for some of you that are still in that jaded energy with this Four of Cups, I feel like this week you're going to be in this kind of Four of Swords contemplative energy. You're going to be feeling more in this star energy of kind of trusting that love is possible and it can be beautiful, it can be harmonious, it can be happy and healthy. And you're coming around to the idea and possibility that you can actually have something of an emotional bond with someone that doesn't end in a tower moment, that doesn't have you feeling like you're in this Eight of Cups, Four of Cups, Nine of Wands energy. And I think that maybe in the past you've never thought you would actually get to this point of being able to open up to love, be receptive to an offer. You felt like maybe love always hurts, or that you would never trust yourself to love or to date even again, because tower moments can be very painful. And with the world card, those are journeys that you go through that are very difficult before you arrive to a place of peace and harmony. So I feel like, yeah, this is kind of a very restorative energy. Whatever you lost, especially in terms of mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, whatever you lost as a result of this painful ending in the past, it could have been a number of painful, difficult connections with friends, family, and romantic. But whatever you lost with that star card, it's being restored. And some of you could already be feeling this energy of ease. Some of you could already be feeling this energy of healing. Because with the star card being an energy of healing as well, and the Four of Swords coming out twice, both representing an energy of recovery and healing, I do feel like you're at the closing chapter. This week, it's kind of going to feel like maybe once you move into this new opportunity, this new romantic connection, even if it's a friend, I feel like this painful dynamic, this painful journey you've had is going to feel like a fever dream. It's going to feel like a distant memory. You're coming into this energy this week where all the heaviness that you felt before, you don't even recognize that energy anymore. And with the Nine of Wands, I do still feel like you will always be guarded to some degree, even with this new romantic offer that comes in at some point. I do still feel like you're going to be very protective over yourself, as you should. But I feel like it's going to be coming more from a healthier place. Because I think in the past, if you would have gotten in a connection, even if it was the right connection, the right person, you may have created self-fulfilling prophecies by automatically assuming that it would end like the other connections because of your distrust. You know, that coming from a place of hurt people. And you could have stood the chance of hurting somebody that was really meant for you and meant to have this beautiful love you've always desired, or this beautiful emotional connection you always desired. But now you are in this energy of preparation to bring something in and create those guards, maintain those boundaries. But with the star card, there's still hope and faith. There's still a level of trust. And I don't feel like maybe it's necessarily trust in this person. With the star card, I feel like it's trust in the divine. There's some sort of trust in a higher power that no matter how this turns out, you're fine. It's almost like you're coming into this energy with the Nine of Wands that you've overcome so much. And this past energy was something that was so difficult to overcome that if you have overcome that, you can overcome anything. And that is what's allowing you to be more receptive and trusting. Also, I feel like your intuition is sharpened and you're more in this spiritual attunement. So I feel like you trust yourself more and you trust yourself intuitively more to spot red flags and to kind of walk away from things with this Eight of Cups energy that don't serve you very quickly. Whereas in the past, you may have stayed in situations even when you knew they were not healthy for you because you had invested so much or there was so much love and emotions involved. Whereas now, there's no concern with walking away very early on and protecting yourself from going through this cycle again. So there's a strong energy of trusting the higher power to protect you because the star card is an energy of protection. And the tower is painful, it's destructive, but with the star card coming out after it, that's like restoration, right? So in the picture of the star card, there's nothing but chaos happening, things falling apart, breaking apart, things are crumbling down. And then with the star card, this is an energy of restoring, building, rebalancing, creating more harmony where there is disruption. So mentally and emotionally, you're going through an ultimate fulfillment, an ultimate transformation. And it's going to feel, you're going to maybe feel like in this very free flowing type of energy, this very come what may type of energy. There's something about your aura that is becoming more positive, more optimistic, more joyous. Yeah, some of you may even come into the insight this week that you actually do want love because maybe at some point you decided that it wasn't for you or it would never happen. But I feel like you're coming to this energy where you realizing that, yeah, you would like a new beginning. You would like somebody that is more loving and harmonious. You would like to have a second chance as something that could actually be a contrast from what you've had before. And you're coming into the knowledge that you deserve this. And with the world card, you're able to create this now. But I feel like for you with the star card, when it comes in, it's already being divinely guided towards you. And I do feel like you still will be contemplative about this offer whenever it comes in because the both cards of the Four of Swords have come out in both card pools, and that is an energy of being reflective. But it's you reflecting and contemplating from a more level-headed, clear, rested energy. It's not you contemplating from an energy of pain and brokenness. It's you contemplating from an energy of clarity and possibilities. And that's fair to you and the other person. There also may be a energy of restoration in your physical health, not just your mental and emotional. Because with the Nine of Wands being out here, this could mean that the physical body has been through a lot as well as a result of what you've been going through mentally and emotionally. Some of you may not have been sleeping as well. When you do sleep, it may not be as fulfilling. But with the Four of Swords coming out twice, you may experience a lot of blissful sleep this week. And that sleep will feel very restorative and very healing for you. You will be waking up every day and you will feel more of this lightness, perhaps, than more of this heaviness that you've maybe experienced in the past. But there's a transformation over your happiness coming in. Ace of Cups is emotional fulfillment and contentment. It's also a strong energy of having self love. Yeah. And what could also be happening this week is you may notice that there are people that are suitors, like maybe people watching you or giving you a certain interested look. Maybe there are people that are making multiple offers. You could just notice that you're kind of catching the attention of romantic interest a little bit more often. Whether they approach you or not, you may be feeling that energy of interest coming from people because you may be in a very bold and attractive and sexy energy right now with all this kind of free flowing heavy energy coming through. I'm feeling in this energy of confidence, and it could be magnetizing in a lot of attention. It could be drawing in a lot of interest from people that want to be with you, that's very attracted to this kind of newfound, restored version of who you are. And I love that for you. Because with this card, with these cards coming out, this feels very deserving. Very deserving. But I feel like there's a wholeness in your heart and mind coming. I feel like you have been trying to get to this point for a while. It's almost like you're finding your way back to yourself, but it's not just to yourself, it's to the better and best version of yourself. It's almost like you're coming into this energy of restoration, but it's almost like you're being restored to even better, you're being restored to somebody even better than you were before when all of this happened. I feel like this is all a lesson with the world card. It's all something that's meant to create a lesson. And usually this is also to create a lesson of value, where we start to see our value and we start to see what we deserve. And that's the only thing that we are now manifesting and bringing in and allowing in. So you have gotten to this place for a reason. What you went through could have been destined. It could have been fated. But I feel like once you're coming out on this other side, which for a lot of you, you will start to embody this energy this week if you haven't already, you're going to feel so much, you're going to feel in such a ignited type of energy, such an elated type of energy, that again, anything that you've experienced in the past, you're not going to feel it. Like it's almost going to feel like, I'm not going to say it's going to feel like it never happened, but the energy that you carried before, that heaviness, that sadness, that disinterest, that energy of jadedness and feeling deceived and hurt and broken, I feel like that energy is going to feel like it was so far gone. And it could have just been yesterday, for example, that you were still feeling this. But in this new energy, you may look back and wonder, how were you in that energy so long? You may not remember what that energy ever even felt like, because of how positive and optimistic you're going to be feeling now. So anything in you that was broken, lost, or taken on a mental, spiritual, emotional level, or on any level, is being restored to you, but it's being restored even better than it was before. And you are deserving of that. And I love that for you. So I'm going to leave your reading there. And of course, if it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you may return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you.